Hi, today we're going to make a flip book, and for that we may need a piece of cardstock that measure 11 inches by 7, and then we're going to make a mark in 4 3/4, 5, 9 3/4, and at 10 inches. As you can see, I already made these marks, and I'm making it with craft cardstock, but you can make it with designer paper. I decided to make it like this because I'm going to use the papers of the collection from Polka Doodles that is called Winnie White Christmas. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to put this paper that measure 6 3/4 of an inch by 4.5 because I want a little border around. But I highly recommend you to see the video first because I make a little mistake. I put the paper and then I tried to add some pockets and then I couldn't remove the paper. So I don't want you to happen that to you. So please check the video first and then try to make it. Because in here I'm putting a little glue in this second piece of paper, and you may need exactly the same measure for the paper in the outside. So just try to put it center so it looks very, very nice. The other thing that I made, and I comment you in some of the other videos, is that first I print all my paper in copy paper, and I really think that you need to print it in a little heavier paper. This piece measures 3/4 of an inch by 6 3/4, and this is going to be the piece that is going to help us to close our flip book. And as I mentioned in another video, the idea of the flip book is first that you have movement, and second that you have a space to put a lot of things. So we're going to put a band in here. This piece of paper, actually cardstock, measure 8 by 1.5 inches, and I make 2 marks in, well, actually 1 mark in each side of 1/2 an inch, and then I put these little triangles in the borders to make it easy to put it in the base. It's because sometimes if you don't cut these little pieces, they can show it, and the finish is not as professional as you might want it. Then I'm going to put this piece of designer paper that also measures 6 3/4 by 1.25 inch, and this small one that is 1 inch by 6 3/4. All these papers are part of the collection. And now I'm going to make this pocket. As you see, I put 1/2 inch of each side and cut the little triangles. And my pocket measure, I mean, if you want to make the same pocket, measure 5.5 inches by 4 inches. And now I'm going to put a little designer paper on top. And you see, in this part, everything was okay. But then I decided to put these flaps. And now, as I didn't think clearly, when I tried to put them, my paper is already glue, and I was not able to remove it. So if you don't want that these little flaps show, you can attach them before the paper so it looks better. See, my paper is extremely good attached. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put them in here, and then you have two options. One is to put a little piece of paper, or the other is to put a border or something that you have on hand, a little washi tape. But the idea is that these pieces don't show. So these two flaps are going to help us to make 4 little pockets. But first, we are going to put the insert or the paper that is going to cover the back of this pocket. In my case, this measure 3 3/4 of an inch for 2 inches, because you're gonna need to have all the piece covered. Each flap measure 4 1/4 inches by 3, and when you make the mark in 1/2 inch, they're going to be 4 inches long. And like that, we are going to make the 4 of them. Remember that it's important to cut these little triangles, because that way, when you glue this to the other part, is going to look very nice. If not, it's going to be a big mass there that is not going to look correctly. And be sure that you put it in the border and press it. I'm going to turn this because I want to be sure that it's exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to make the same thing with the others. But first in here, I'm going to put a little piece of the designer paper. As I told you, if you use designer paper already to make the flip book, you may not need to do this. The thing is that these papers are super cute, are in pastel colors, and I really like them. So that's what I decided to use the paper that is on the collection. And in this pocket, you can put a little envelope with stickers, with good veneers, with gems, whatever you want, even with a tag with washi tape, it will be nice. And I decided to make this size because you can put inside a coin envelope perfectly. And then you don't need to look for a special kind of little envelopes. So let me finish quickly these pieces. I decided to make them in different pattern, but you can do it in the same one. Now it's time to cover the back. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened with my video that it doesn't show, but it's exactly the same that I make in the front. It's just another of the papers of the collection. And in here, what I'm going to do to begin the decoration is I'm going to put one of these medallions in here, and in the back I'm going to put the envelope. And in this pocket that I have here, I'm going to use this beautiful bird. I am using repositionable glue, so the person who receives it can use all the things that I am putting in this flipbook, because that's the purpose, that you can send things to a friend and that friend can use all the things that you put in the flipbook in her own projects, in her or his own projects. So here I'm going to put this piece of paper that is a little dark to make a little contrast. And in here, this is one of the little cards for the collection. And I really love this doll. Actually, the collection is super beautiful. It's sweet. The colors are great. And well, this is the first part. Now I'm going to put paper in those pieces that I don't have it. But let's see what I finished decorating, okay? In here, I put eyelet with a change. I put an angel, a heart, and a jingle bell. And in here, I put Velcro to close it. I put, as you remember, I put this medallion, but in here I put this Christmas tree that is also from the collection with this ticket. This is the coin envelope that I told you that you can put in here. In here, I put other 2 tickets and some of the ephemera from the collection. And as you see, I put this piece of paper. I may put something else. And in here, it may go one of the envelopes. But let's see some of the things that are going to be inside this flipbook. Well, I love these little socks that are in the collection. So I have some pins that are like medium size. They are not the super small ones. So to make my little clips, I'm going to put a little tacky glue. And then these socks, I print them in cardstock. I think that if you print them in paper, they are not going to look nice. So I'm going to glue it in here. And then to protect them, I'm going to put a little of Mash Pot. You can put a little glue just to protect them to get dirty and let it dry. As you can see, I already made some. And now the other thing that I'm going to make, there are going to be some tags that my friend maybe use for her December daily, or maybe for a layout, or even if she wants, she can use them in her gifts. So I have these tags that I made them with a die, and they are very small. And now I'm going to put a little watercolor in the back. These watercolors are shiny, so I'm going to use the pink and the blue. And using my water brush, I'm going to put a little drop of water, and I'm going to make just a stroke in here. It's nothing special, just a little background. And these are really, really shiny, so they are going to look very, very nice. Before I change color, I need to clean my brush, so remember that. And now we're going to use the blue one. And also, to make these tags, I print the digits already colored at 1 inch, because even when I love to color, it may be crazy to try to make a good job in something that is so little. That's the advantage of the bundle, that you can have the digits in black and white and in color. And of course, what I love about digital things is that you can use the size that you need for the projects that you are making. So now I need to decide which is going to be where, because all are adorable. and I think this is my favorite. So once you know which is going to be in each of the tags, it's time to glue them. So for them, I'm also going to use tacky glue. And if you are interested in this collection, in the bottom of this video, I'm going to leave you the link of the store in which you can find this collection. This one specific is Winnie White Christmas, but you can also look for the other Winnie, that is Winnie Winterland, that is adorable. And there's also one for the gingerbread lovers that is super cute. And of course, there's a new one for Halloween that is to die for. Well, now that I finished gluing the things, I'm going to put these little leaves that are also part of the collection, because I think that even when I love the Christmas in pink and blue, you always need a little bit of green and red. So I'm going to put it on the top. And I think these little details make them pop very nicely. Well, in here I was thinking about putting something else, but I think that we don't need more. I cut its own little pieces of twine. I'm going to make a knot, and then I'm going to put it through the hole of the tag. And that's the way I'm going to make all of them. So I'm going to finish, and I'll be back in a second. Well, in here I have all the tags, and now we're going to decorate the envelopes. I don't know if you can see in the computer, but I put a little distress ink in the borders, and for this I'm going to use this doily and one of the medallions. I'm going to glue it with this kind of glue because I want it to be able to use it. And when I close it, I'm going to also put this bow. I'm going to show you how it's going to look, but I'm not going to close it because I need to put the present inside. And the other option that I think that is nice to decorate these envelopes or these little bags is to put a little piece of paper. You can put a medallion. You can put one of the tags that is in the collection, or one of the tickets. So for example, this is another tag that I think is adorable. Or, as I'm going to do, you can put one of these cards with Winnie that are just beautiful. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, that it helped you to make one for you and for your friends. And if you like the video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel. Now is the time to do it. It's for free, and that way you can see all the things that I share with you. Bye bye.